If you're using sensitive data detection in compliance for Confluence, you may wish to exclude certain Confluence pages or content from the detection. In this video, we'll show you how to do just that using the admin-only settings in compliance. So with that being said, let's jump in. To make this video easy to follow, we'll divide it into two parts. First, we'll set up some exclusion rules in the compliance for Confluence admin settings, and these rules will prevent the sensitive data detection feature from picking up certain words or phrases in your Confluence instance. So that's the first part we'll cover, and then we'll move on to how you exclude certain pages from sensitive data detection. So first off, we need to dive into the compliance for Confluence admin settings, and you can find this by navigating to apps at the top here, clicking into compliance. And then once you're in compliance, click on settings on the left-hand side, and then finally excluded data. And just before going any further, as a quick reminder, all of the settings in compliance for Confluence are only available to Confluence administrators. So general Confluence users will not be able to access or see any of the pages that you see on the screen right now. So now that we're in the excluded data page, here you can see a number of exclusion rules that we have created. And these are effectively rules that prevent compliance's sensitive data detection from detecting the information that matches the rule. And this might be really useful if you have specific email addresses, usernames, or even on some rare occasions, a credit card number that you do not want compliance to detect. And this is where you'd create the exclusion rule. So you can see a few examples here, but to create your own, click the Create Exclusion Rule option here, and this will bring up a menu. And here you just give the exclusion rule a name. So as you've seen in one of the previous examples, we called it team member email, but what you call it is entirely up to you. You then add the excluded text. So this is the exact text that you want to be excluded from detection. So let's go ahead and create an exclusion rule. So we'll give the rule a name. Then you want to add the excluded text that you do not want compliance to search for. Select if you want it to be case sensitive or not. And then the exclusion rule type, currently we only have text, but regular expression will be coming soon. And once that's done, click create. And this now adds an exclusion rule to the excluded sensitive data page, and it's enabled by default, which means that sensitive data detection will no longer detect information that matches this rule. So that's how you set them up. You can easily remove the rules here by clicking the action menu and pressing delete, or alternatively, you can edit it if you want to adjust the rule itself. If you have a lot of exclusion rules, then on the right-hand side, you'll notice the filters. So you can use filters here to narrow it down by who created the rule and focus in a little bit more on specific rules that you want to find. Now we're going to exclude pages from sensitive data detection. And to do that, we need to navigate to a page in Confluence. So now that we're on this page, if you want to exclude this page from being part of the sensitive data detection, and therefore compliance will no longer scan it for sensitive data, just click the Actions menu in the top right here, and then click Add to Excluded Page. Just confirm that we want to do that, and this page has now been added to the excluded pages list in compliance for Confluence. And to see a list of all the pages that have been excluded from sensitive data detection, just navigate back to the application, back into the settings, and here you'll see excluded pages. If we click onto here, you'll notice there's a bunch of pages that have been excluded from data detection, and you'll see who excluded them, when it was done, and at the time as well. As before, you can also remove pages from being excluded, and you can also filter your results. If you have a large number of pages on here, then you can filter your results to get a much better and granular view. And just like that, you have now set up exclusion rules for the sensitive data detection in compliance. If you're new to compliance and you're considering trying it out, you can get a free 30-day trial on the Atlassian Marketplace by following the link in the video description below. And just remember, we're here to help you get the most out of compliance. So if you want to learn more about any of the features in the product, be sure to check out our user guides by following the link shown on the screen now. Or if you have any questions, just send an email to support@atfox.io and one of our customer support team will be happy to help.